Hello, everybody. Good afternoon from Japan. This is Nagasaki Velka taking on Chiba Jets in the B1 here in the Japanese B League. Well, B League action is where it's at, and certainly in the Happiness Arena, this Nagasaki Velka team really making its mark in Japanese basketball since its founding 4 years ago, winning promotion, playing in the B League for the first time last season, looking to build on that campaign where they protected their top flight status. And today they go up against one of the real powerhouses of Japanese basketball, Chiba Jets. So great to see some of the Halloween costumes here in the Happiness Arena. You look at the standings, Chiba Jets up at the top in the Eastern Conference at 6-1. And you got Nagasaki Velka over in the West to the far right, second at 5-2. So it has been a terrific start for both of these teams, as you would expect from Chiba Jets, but for the Nagasaki Velka team to come out start with 5-2, this is fueling hopes of a great season, maybe one that sees them go all the way and make it to the playoffs, and who knows, maybe even challenge for the title. We'll see. We'll get a good idea where these two teams are today, and the one thing that we do know is that Chiba Jets are always going to be there or thereabouts, challenging for honors in the B League. Here's Nagasaki Velka. You look at what they've been able to achieve so far their last 5 games. So beating Levangan a couple, Guma Crane Thunder, they split a couple, and then winning their last game barely by a couple of points. And Chiba Jets, they have also been in good form. Started out 1-1, splitting with the Robots, but since that point, Hanris sweeping them and also getting their last win last weekend. So Yuta Watanabe has come back to play in Japan, now 30 years of age, after more than a decade in America playing college basketball and then in the NBA. So great to see him. You see the referees today, Ichikawa, Hiraide, and Tsunakawa. Crew chief is Ichikawa, Yusuke Ichikawa, there in the middle. Well, let's look at the Chiba Jets roster. They've got obviously no introduction needed for Tagashi at 31 years of age, the Japanese national team point guard. Ogawa Tashiro, important player in this team. Hog Nishimura, the veteran. Kanechika Tobin, Arao Shutahara, John Mooney. And clearly with Chris Smith, one of the better players you want to keep an eye on. So Tagashi, Tashiro, Hogg, Hara, and Mooney will be in the starting 5. And Smith, despite being one of the best players probably in this competition, will come off the bench, and it's always a tactical decision by the coach. But you know what? The old axiom applies really in all sports, and especially in basketball. It doesn't matter who starts, it matters who finishes, and Smith will come out in those big moments. So Coach Gleason is here once again, and as the head coach of this team, and having taken over from John Patrick, who had been here for a couple of seasons before going back to his club in Germany, MHP Riesen-Lewisburg. So you want to do a little comparison of where these two teams are statistically, what they've been doing on a game-in, game-out basis, and some similarities. I mean, obviously a little bit better shooting from deep for Nagasaki Velka. Inside the arc, a higher percentage, 54.2% for Chiba Jets. Free throw percentage pretty comparable. Obviously, if you haven't played each other, you know, we'll see how those statistics are at the end of today's game. And there is the great man himself, Tagashi, one of the all-time greats in Japan. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Former MVP. And looking at his numbers, and he just keeps putting up the big ones. And for Smith, Nagasaki, they depend on him to do a lot, but especially score 22 and a half points per game. So it's always part of the attraction for the Japanese B-League games, whether it's B1 or B2, it is the entirety of the game, of the show. It's all the excitement before, during, and after. So all of the effort really does make it a spectacle for the fans. Matsumoto, Karimata, Brantley, Kibayashi, Araya, Smith, Takahira, Ejeru, the Filipino international, in that roster. They're going to start with Brantley, Smith, Ejeru, Yamaguchi, and Baba. So Smith wears number 13. Ejeru wears 15. We watched him at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2023. Had more than 8 points and 8 rebounds a game. Yamaguchi and Yudai Baba, also Japan international and a crucial part of Tom Hovass's squad, who just keeps getting better and better. And the fact that he is here with this team just kind of illustrates this is a team that is moving in a positive direction. So Coach Mayor. This is one of those situations where you're going to find out what you're made of. You're playing at home, so you've got the home crowd behind you, but you're going up against one of the best teams. So let's look at Nagasaki's roster again. We'll start from the bottom this time. Kawamata, Floyd, Baba, Yamaguchi, Ejeru, Takahira, Smith, Araya, Kibayashi, Brantley, Karimata, and Matsumoto. So this is a good squad, and they've got every reason to believe they're going to come out of this game as the winner, with perhaps the deciding, what breaks it, what gives them that final advantage is the fact that they are at home. But Chiba Jets, again, they will be tough customers. So again, you look at the Velka team: Brantley, Smith, Edu, Yamaguchi, and Baba in the starting five. Tagashi, Tashiro, Hogg, Hara, and Mooney for Chiba Jets. And big opportunity for Nagasaki to really put themselves on the map today. Well, hello everybody, we are underway. Here in Nagasaki, and the opening drive from Hara is good. So Good start for number 31. Just coming out missing his first attempt. Eva push it quickly. And stroking it from downtown. Boy, what a start. Tashiro knocking it down. What a start for the Jets. Edu missing it down low. Good size, Edu. There he is. And that's just an unnecessary foul. Makes absolutely no sense. Early in the game, just to cheaply give away a foul for no reason. You might regret that later in the game if you get into foul trouble. That's very poor. And I'm sure that's what his coach will be telling him. We need you on the court. There's Tagashi. And from the right, off target. Brantley drifts in, takes the bump, under, and swooping in Mooney for the rebound. Drive down low, and Hara scores. So not a great start at all for the Velka. Velka looking for their first bucket. Smith. Now Brantley going to work again, guarded by Shudohara. Spins and does not get it off before the shot clock. And very poor start here for the Nagasaki Velka. Might need to get a timeout. Look at that. Tagashi drives in, misses the layup. Right at the end, it looked like the defender came over with the hands up and put him off of the shot. Again, another miss. Udai Baba must be wondering what's going on. Quickly from the right, and that three-pointer from Tashiro is good. It is a 10-0 start. Not what the doctor ordered for the Nagasaki Velka as they look to build some confidence. Looked a little bit tepid offensively. Here's Tashiro stroking it for the second time. Let's go down to the huddle. See if we can hear what Chiba's talking about. Or maybe Nagasaki, who called the timeout. So back to live action, and you saw a picture of Hogg there, and again, Nagasaki still searching for that first bucket. 3 minutes into the contest, already down 10. Second or rather, first foul on Smith.
Number 13, Smith. First personal, second team foul. Jets side out.
Watanabe joined this Chiba Jets team for the season. Not here, not on the roster today. Here's Shutahara, drives in, scores another one. And right now, Nagasaki just need a bucket. Maybe try to get to the free throw line to settle down. Smith brought Matsumoto into the game. Here's Brantley. Here's Smith, wide open, finally, and sighs of relief breathed throughout the Happiness Arena. People a little happier. That was actually Smith making that shot. It's 12-3, and now trying to pick things up on defense. Coming out, putting the pressure on is Matsumoto.
Number 1, Matsumoto. First personal, third team foul. Side out, Jets.
See how the refs are going to call it? The hand checking, the hands. Keep your hands off the opponent. You're not getting any advantage there anyway. Nice defense. Tagashi, poor attempt, and the layup, and Smith puts it up and in, and now it's a 7-point deficit for Nagasaki. And defensively, that's where you can get yourself back into the game. Some easy points. Oh, look at that. They get it to Mooney. He goes up for the dunk. Smith has it up high, coming back to the left near the top of the key. Now goes behind his back, and a little bit too much razzle-dazzle as Tashiro takes it away. Tagashi. Hogg. Time to go to work. Hogg going up against Baba. And he just kind of cleverly found his way in. Good job by number 10. And again, Nagasaki looking a little bit confused and lost on defense. Matsumoto hands it off to Brantley. Smith. Here's Brantley. Oh, nice move. Oh, passes it back outside. They got to get it up quickly, and they do not. And Matsumoto loses it out of bounds. I almost think that that's Brantley. He's being too unselfish here. He makes his move. He's probably, just because it's late in the shot clock. And look at Tagashi getting on top of Matsumoto, letting him have it. Haramata checks into the game. And right now, it is all about defense and stops for this Nagasaki Velka team. That is what they need to worry about. Brantley stepping in front, knocking the ball away. Great crowd sticking with this team despite through these early struggles. And there it is, a very poor play. Second turnover for Tagashi, and the dunk. And as the point guard, if you're Tagashi, you basically gifted Nagasaki Velka 2 of their 3 baskets. He finds a teammate, and Mooney misses. Brantley flies in for the, or rather, flying in for the rebound as Floyd is checked into the game. Matsumoto early in the shot clock. Had some struggles getting the ball up, and quickly to the other end is Hogg. Hogg is not hogging all the possessions, but he is driving to the basket, and that's probably what Matsumoto needs to bear in mind instead of settling for the long jumper when you're down by 9 points. Attack like Brantley's going to do right now. will take the difficult shot, kind of falling away from the basket. Here's Baba, knocks it down, and that's okay because they passed it around, and he's been able to catch it and shoot it in the flow of the offense. Oh my! Strong move. Penetration is there. The drives. And Baba goes over to Brantley. Look at Hogg. Third time now he's going to have some success driving the ball to the bucket. This time he gets fouled, so he's got to earn it at the line. Hogg makes both. And again, it's back to an 11-point lead. Baba fouled. All right, Tashiro, long way from the basket.
Number 4, Tashiro, first personal, first team foul. Second on foul.
Baba, a player that can help you in a myriad of ways. Multiple scoring options for him. Here's Brantley. He's going to put up a three. That was late in the shot clock, so I guess he had no choice. But offensively, they are struggling. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest. They're not running much offense.
Substitution. Number 13, Smith. Number 15, Jet substitution. Number 31, High.
This time he falls down, but still doesn't lose possession. It's a great play finding Hara. Then Hara gets it down low, and can you believe it? Edu goes up, tries to block the shot, fouls Mooney, picks up his second foul of the game. Remember, he had the cheap one right at the start, and Mooney with a chance for a three-point play. And to be honest, it looked like not much contact there, so not Edu. Probably a little bit frustrated. Miss. This one by Takahira. 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. Chiba Jets. Not so much that they're on top by 13 points, it's how easily they've been able to build a 13, now 15-point lead. And this is going in the wrong direction very quickly. And if Nagasaki don't put the brakes on this, it's going to get ugly. Smith. This is back from Edu. Here's Smith. Launches it. Long rebound, John Mooney. Smith. Chris Smith's in the game. Here he is. Goes right at Edu. Again, Edu has the 2 fouls. And look, that would have really hurt. That would have taken the lead to 18. called gives a little bit of hope to Nagasaki. I mean, had that last three-pointer gone, boy, that would have really piled on the misery. As it is, coming the other way, Chiba's kind of cheek of fouls. Smith. Kalamata, number 99 in the game now for Nagasaki. Got the dyed hair under the basket. Here's the three-pointer. How about that from Udai Baba? Stroking it. Second time in the game he's hit a three-pointer. It's back to a 12-point game. They get a stop here, and they go down and get it back to single digits. That'll be a little bit of momentum for Nagasaki as they go to the bench, but they have got to close all. Look at this. Sloppy. The only time that Chiba have messed up, they've been their own worst enemy, turning it over cheaply. So what has been a nightmare first quarter can really take a positive turn for this Nagasaki Velka team if they can get a bucket here. In fact, if they go quickly, well, no, they're not going to go quick because there's only 29.8 seconds. I was thinking 2 for 1, so they need to get some good movement here. Obviously, Baba's got the hot hand. You don't want to take it too early, though, I don't think. Well, they're going to take it, and now they've given Chiba Jets plenty of time. And again, I think that's just a mental mistake because you're open early in the shot clock. Now Smith, he drives in, and fortunately for Nagasaki, they play some good defense and prevent the bucket. But at the end of one, it's 25-13. Chiba Jets on top of Nagasaki Velka. Second quarter action underway here in Nagasaki. Velka trailing by 12. Important possession. Smith takes it deep. Great defense, Smith. Switching in for the rebound is Ball. Edu, be careful. And the third foul has has been picked up by AJ Edu, and he's going to have to go out of the game.
Double foul number 15, Edu. Third personal, first team foul.
And that's
Substitution.
the problem that you have. You have to harp on it. You have to go back to the very beginning of the game. And he commits a very cheap foul near midcourt, which gives you, you're not even going for the ball. You're kind of just barging into the player. There's no reward for that. Now you pick up a couple of fouls, and you're out of the game. So the Philippines international, AJ Edu, out of the game, watching from the bench as Hall goes to the line and adds to his tally. 7 points. This is his second. Smith puts his head down, drives to the basket, and gets it to go. Good work. High percentage look. Maybe try to get into the lane, get to the basket, or get a foul, go to the line, but also when he drives, he needs his teammates to get in there and get some rebounds. Oh, nice. Look at that step. Got in a good position to score, but missed the shot. And then Brantley fouled just as he crosses midcourt. Kaichika picks up. No, Ogawa, excuse me. Here's Smith again. Puts it up from deep, gets blocked. Good work. Getting it back. And here's the lob. Smith, excellent. Baba, the beneficiary. But I believe it was the extra effort from Takahiro that got the possession back after the block. Smith at the stripe. So as bad as it's been for Nagasaki, and it has been bad, here they are trailing by just 9 points. They can get a bucket, get it to 7, maybe even 6. And they'd have to really feel good about their chances again. Smith spins. Oh, nice move, Smith. Oh. $1 million move. 9-cent finish. Trevor Gleason calling the plays from the sideline. The Australian. There's a dunk. Now they pass it. Look at this. Excellent teamwork leading to the three-pointer from Ogawa. That is what you call offense right there. Getting numerous touches. Everybody involved, making the defense work. Brantley. Bye-bye was open. No, not bye-bye, excuse me. And here is the good block by Ogawa. I'm not sure that Takahiro is ready. Nearly 3 minutes into the second quarter, and Chiba Jets looking to press on the advantage once again, and the foul has been called. Kahira. Well, they're gonna be having a sleepless night thinking about Hogg and his driving to the basket, because he has been putting them under pressure constantly. Takahiro picks up another quick foul guarding Smith. there's just no way he's going to be able to stay with Smith. He's just too strong. Oh, boy. What a poor pass. Tagashi again. Tagashi has had 3 awful turnovers. I don't know. He's like not on the same page with his teammates, thinking they're going to do something else. Here's Smith. Oh, a little bit of showtime. Just doesn't make the shot for the second time. Smith showing the moves, but just not finishing. Good job hustling, getting on the ground was Yamaguchi to get the basketball, but possession are favoring Chiba. Now the problem, as you look at Smith, I think Mooney's going to be in the game, returning to the game. So anytime Mooney's in there, that gives you a real headache because of his ability to pop out and shoot it, but also he's a pretty dominant player inside. So a lot more for Brantley to worry about. They switch. Bye-bye has to guard Mooney, and now they switch again. Takahiro on Mooney. Now Takahiro switches back on to Smith. Brantley gets in. Look at Mooney crash the boards. So that was a bullet dodge by Nagasaki. Brantley hands it off. Udai Baba. And good defense, hard, getting his hands up, forcing the turnover. Oh, look at Tagashi. Avoids the foul. Passes back outside. Here's Smith for 3. And Mooney crashing the boards. So Takahiro has picked up his 3rd foul in the space of 2 minutes. And no box out whatsoever on John Mooney, who just walked in. He's already big enough. If you're going to give him that space, he is going to get those rebounds. You got to find him. The shot goes up. You've got to put your body on somebody, get him out of the lane, keep him away from the basketball. Tagashi. Behind the back. Now drifts in. Oh. Tagashi has not had a good start to the game today. And the whistle blows and the foul. Clear foul. Tagashi as he tries to hold up Brantley. As he does hold up Brantley. Yamaguchi gets it up to Brantley, who keeps the low dribble and drifts in, tries to pass. They were waiting for it. Now Smith the other way, and then he misses the layup. But Chiba will maintain possession. Been an ugly first half in many respects. Pretty relatively low-scoring game. The finishing hasn't been great. And you would expect Smith to score there. He's upset with himself. Good defense, Smith. Read the pass. And Smith misses, but there's good work. And good patience by Yamaguchi. Smith is really doing everything right except finishing. And I think he must be perplexed himself because he has put himself into position to score. I can count 3 times where ordinarily he would just put the ball in and just as not just missing it, but he's leaving it really short. But that time he's fortunate. Look at this. This is a basket. Okay, so not this one. This is where he did get it to Baba. Anyway, let's time out. Let's go down to the huddle. There's the drive and the bucket. Not there. Quickly the other way. Bye-bye. Oh, boy, offensive foul. Leave that. Let's see what this is again. Well, no, I'm not sure we're going to see it here.
Number 10,
Right there for a second. I wasn't sure if that was definitely a turnover, and gives it right back to Chiba Jets. Mooney stays with it. Tagashi comes up with it. Good alert play by Yuki Tagashi. And Smith, excellent work coming up with the defensive rebound. Here's Brantley going to work on Chiba Jets defense. Gets it back to Mark. Gets it back to Smith. They swing it. Good defense this time by Tagashi, knocking it away. So yeah, that previous possession was not a foul. It was just a turnover on Baba. I turned my head. And Yamaguchi, who's been playing hard, called for the foul. So Hogg has been hogging the spotlight with his performance so far. He's got 7 points. Goes the line, makes the first. He's been averaging 16.6 points per game. 6.4 rebounds, 2.4 assists. Takes his time and makes the second. 31-19. Alamada goes into the paint, gets it back, puts it up, and well, that was a great try by Mooney to knock it off the rim. He says it was not in the cylinder, and I'm wondering if he's right. That was very close. Look at this again. Oh, no, that was in the cylinder. Definitely. I think that was already. It just started making its move down when he knocked it off. But I like the attempt. They're going to challenge this. Or are they? Technical foul? No, they're going to challenge it. I think they're going to lose this challenge, but let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I got to admit, I thought it was a good try by Mooney, but I'm perplexed as to why they would challenge that unless they didn't have a look at the video, because to me, you can clearly see that it had already started making its move down inside the cylinder. So that was a wasted challenge. You would hope if you're the Chiba Jets that you're not going to need that challenge later. Coming up on the 3-minute mark, and good alert play coming up with the steal was Yamaguchi. Now Brantley, loses it. He wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. Now Tagashi with the lob, and good catch by Mooney, and elects just to catch it and lay it up. Brantley, I think, just maybe needs to play with a little bit more control. You can't turn. Oh, what an exceptional attempt by Yamaguchi to score. He's been impressive, folks. I like number 17. So Tagashi whistled for the foul again. Look at this catch. It's already hard, and then he's able to get it up. And he almost scored. But foul before the shot is the call. Baba, his third three of the game. Well, it helps to be able to have a player that can knock him down. And knock him down, he does. Japan International, and now he's guarding his Japan national team teammate. Tagashi goes in and just throws it up for John Mooney. That was impressive stuff. Oh, tumbling down, Kawamata turns it over. Maybe not in his skill set to try that. But to be fair, I mean, it's a low-scoring game, but you can feel the intensity. It's a good game to watch. 35-24. Wouldn't say it's a pretty game, but again, it's the intensity, which is what you like. Here they are, passing it around, three-point shot. Oh boy, there's Tagashi. That's why he's the legend. Move. Smith passes it back outside. Brantley. Oh, that was quite a finish. And the dump and the foul, and Hogg, who has been earning a living right at the rim, is going back to the free throw line. He's going to have a chance for 12 points in the first half.
Substitution Jets, number 3, Ogata. Timeout done.
40-26. And Chiba Jets established the early lead, and now it's going to be hard to reel them in, it feels like. Hogg at the line. He's been probably the standout player in this team, and he's now added to his tally. Very good game for Hogg. 15-point lead. And Nagasaki Velka just not sharp. Baba short. Now a chance to add their lead. Hara. Oh boy, Hara stretches it, makes the three. It's an 18-point lead. What a momentum swing right at the end of the first half, going the way of Chiba Jets. Brantley in and out. Oh, good offensive rebound. He's going to bring it back out. Kawamata. Now Smith. Oh, boy, takes it. Oh, look, excellent work, Kawamata. Great sequence for that man right there, number 99. He gets the offensive rebound, keeps possession, then he scores with the putback. And then Mooney's wet shot, no good. Nevertheless, much better first half for Chiba Jets. They lead at 44-28. Nagasaki need to get to the locker room and talk about how they want to approach things, but they've got to play smarter basketball. Problem is, they've dug themselves a big hole to climb out of. It's never easy to come back against the Chiba Jets. Nagasaki Velka taking on Chiba Jets today, and rough start for the home team. Both teams came in good record, 6-1. Chiba taking on a 5-2 Nagasaki, and it was Chiba Jets that just looked more comfortable, reeled off. I think it was the game's first 12 points, and really only until Brantley was able to get something going, and Udai Baba did, and Mark Smith did Nagasaki have any semblance of any offense, but they were just out of sorts. Udai Baba hitting 3 threes in the first half, but the good passing leading to the bucket for Agawa. That was one of the frustrating times for Smith where he wasn't able to finish, but fortunately for him, his teammate was there for the follow. Baba, another one of his threes in that first half, but all sorts of problems, and that was just a beautiful pass, really, for Tagashi, which Mooney went up to get and knocked it down. And the bigger issue has been how to control Fogg. Here he is catching the ball down low, going up and scoring. So it all adds up to a big first half lead, 44-28 for Chiba Jets. And again, while Baba is 3 of 4 from three-point range, the team is just 4 of 13. Chiba 5 of 10. Meanwhile, much higher percentage inside the arc. And look at the free throw line. And that tells you something right there. Nagasaki need to, well, it's not that they haven't been attacking, but they haven't been able to attack and get contact and get to the free throw line. So that'll be frustrating for them. 18 apiece on the boards, points off turnovers, 6 for Nagasaki, 9 for Chiba Jets. Also, you've got the 10 turnovers for Nagasaki and the 6 turnovers for Chiba Jets. There's Bye-Bye, 3 of 4 from deep. He also has 11 points overall, 12 points for DJ Hogg. He's taking good shots. So Tagashi has had some turnovers, but he does have 5 assists, so his assist to turnover ratio has actually gotten better than what it was looking like for a while. 5 assists and 3 turnovers. But it's got to be on the defensive end, and they've got to limit those opportunities for Chiba Jets, the Nagasaki Velka, if they're going to have a chance to win this game. So the reason why Yuta Watanabe is not playing, obviously, probably the biggest signing for the Chiba Jets, and it says something that they've been able to win without him. Just says how good they are, how deep and talented they are. As you go back to October 6th, and that's when he sprained his left ankle. That was going up against Utsunomiya Brex, and that ended up sidelining him for 6 weeks. So not the start to the season that he wanted. Yuta Watanabe, the Japan international, having spent more than a decade in America playing college basketball and competing in the NBA. But it is what it is. So he has to be patient, and Again, Chiba does have to be patient as well because you need to make sure you fully recover before you're ready to go. Doesn't do anybody any favors otherwise. So the second half action is underway, and Hogg gets the block, and then it goes off of Baba. So you can only be impressed by Hogg. And he's one significant reason why they've been able to play well without Watanabe, and that goal interference from Smith blocking it after it had already gone off the backboard. Harris played well today, 11 points. Here's the lob, and good defense once again. Ball goes back over to Chiba. Here's the drive in. The ball's going to stay this end. Hogg has had an interesting career, having played at Texas A&M, played in the G League before moving to France to play for Cholet, then went to Australia for a couple of seasons, played in Cannes and Sydney. Now here he is in Japan.
Number 7, Benjamin, third personal, first team foul.
Third foul on Brantley. Again, one of those fouls that frustrates you. He was going for the steal. Here he is getting the block. He was trying to get the block and then knock it back into play so they could go the other way, but watch what Tagachi does here. He has it blocked, and then he just makes sure he turns kind of into him and makes sure that he doesn't reach the basketball. So Brantley with 3 fouls goes out of the game. AJ Edu back in. He has 3. And here's Edu. Great defense. Rim protection. And Yamaguchi's done well. Edu tries to save it unsuccessfully. Drives in and does a great job. Tagashi kind of had him riding his back. If Tagashi had stopped, he might have gotten a charge. Shiro hands it off to Hogg. Here's Hogg. Oh man, he is just a killer. Get to the basket. They can't stop him. Edu falling down. It's been a tough game for AJ Edu.
Second personal, second team foul. Substitution Delta, number 14, Takahira.
Takahira checks into the game. Velka look for some type of spark. Good defense, reaching up, but Hashiro does a good job of getting it back. I like Yamaguchi. He's doing the dirty work. Look at him guarding Tagashi. Tagashi gets it off. That's that's what really hurts you if you're Nagasaki. You just play good defense, and then you don't get the rebound. Yamaguchi called for the foul. The hand check. 18-point advantage. And Tagashi looking for the foul. He doesn't get it. Smith. 3-point look. It just continues to be a struggle for this Nagasaki Belka team as Yamaguchi misses it from deep. Fluid also in the game right now. He's guarding the ball. Here's Tagashi. Only a matter of time before it's going to drop for him. He's got 6. 2 of 3 from 3-point range. Yuki Tagashi coming into this averaging 16 points, 6.9 rebounds. Do not be surprised if he has a big game the rest of the way. Nice fake. Yamaguchi. Oh. The basketball guy is not smiling on number 17. Tagashi. Good read, almost. Baba with the steal, but Tagashi has it, puts it up. Smith, his team down 19 points. Oh, almost a turnover. Tagashi was close. What is it that you want? Oh, boy. Takahira turns it over as he makes his move. And there it is. Hogg once again scoring with the layup. We've seen that before. Oh, boy, another turnover. 23-point lead and a layup for Mooney. 25 points. The advantage. And Nagasaki Belka, unfortunately for them, having a reality check today against the Chiba Jets, one of the best teams in the B League. Well, the good news for Nagasaki Velka is that one game does not a season make, and they will also have another chance to go up against Chiba Jets tomorrow. But, you know, today is, you know, lesson number 1, don't dig yourself an early hole. They didn't play well at all at the start of the game, so they've been playing catch-up ever since. They've never led. But offensively, they just don't seem to be really in sync. And this is, you know, Brantley kind of taking on 4 players and turning it over. So there's Mooney missing. Here's a chance in the open floor. This is where they've had some opportunities. Brantley tries to pass to Floyd. So this goes from bad to worse for the Velka. But again, this is a club that was founded 4 years ago, so you got to be also cognizant of that. Here's Mooney knocking it down for three. I think they were founded, started out in the lower divisions. Meanwhile, Chiba Jets winning the title back in 2021. So that just kind of illustrates the fact that the Velka in their second season in the B1 League is already an accomplishment for such a young franchise. But it's never easy to play catch up, and it's never easy, especially against a good, experienced team. There's so much quality, like Tagashi, like Shirahara, like Kashiro, and then you add in the quality import. Here's Hall bending his way down low. I don't remember him being stopped at all in this game. 18 points for the former. Brantley, rare bucket. That's a 28-point deficit. He handles it well for a player with his size and ends up getting it to the corner for the three-pointer from Shirahara. So Jarrell Brantley gets it to go. Played college in Charleston back in the day. So they are passing it. Shirahara looked like he might have been fouled by Floyd. Maybe it was just the size, the arms up, making it look like a difficult shot. Pointer for Hall, no. Brantley. Tries to work his way in, and he does bank it in. He wants the foul call. He's not going to get any love from the ref on that. 5 inches, 1.96 meters in height. And Mooney just no D whatsoever to keep Mooney out of the lane. Final minute, third quarter. Floyd's going to exit. No, he's going to stay in. Brantley's going to sit down. Difficult game for number 13. The Chiba Jets have been outstanding with not even really needing Chris Smith to do much today. Coming off the bench, think about it, they already had a huge lead when he entered for the first time. Chris Smith missing it from deep. Nagasaki trying to keep their way back into it, and the block, and This is a gift, really. That looked like a charge. The shot has been made. Floyd is going to go to the line for the three-point play. Jahai Floyd going to the line. 27 years of age. Played his college basketball at Holy Cross, had a stint in Greece, Israel, Turkey. Final 20 seconds. This third quarter, now they switch. Samoto in the game, trying to push his opponent out of the lane. Now A.J. Odo with the rebound. They've got to go quickly, and a foul call in the backcourt. Well, they had a foul to give, so no big deal. If there's only 1.9 seconds left, that's pretty much a catch-and-shoot opportunity here at the end of the game. The shot off and it almost went in, but it would not have counted because it was taken too late. So just one-way traffic in that third quarter. Chiba Jets outscoring Nagasaki Velka 21-11 to stretch their lead to 65-39 with 10 minutes remaining. Well, these teams will do it again tomorrow, same time. Nagasaki Buck, I'd like to get a little bit of confidence before then, start trying to find some rhythm on offense especially. Don't let this lead get any bigger, but you also have to bear in mind you want to maybe not go, maybe get some of your starters some rest here, especially Brantley. Smith. That was Smith on Smith right there. 3 fouls on Smith. Mizugawa. If anything, it's a great opportunity for Chiba Jets, for Trevor Gleason to get his guys some minutes. And that did not go off in time. Tobin. That would not have counted if Marcus Kaishu Tobin had scored. He has yet to score this season. Floyd. And bumped by Tobin.
Just foul number 22, Tobin, first personal, first team foul. Set.
23 years of age, Tobin. Well, Israeli-American Modi Moore has got some thinking to do before tomorrow, that's for sure. There's Floyd. That was actually a nice little catch. Kind of changed direction. He was kind of, looked like he was going to spin to his right, but instead he just kind of fell, kind of coasted backward and spun to his left. Back to 24-point deficit. Well, that's a good-looking drive. So Ogawa now with 5 points. That bucket added to his earlier 3. Ooh. Pass it around. Pass up an open look. Matsumoto needs to be ready to let that one fly. Mark Smith fouled out on the perimeter. Tobin.
Just foul number 12, Tanishka, second personal, second team foul. Set out.
Okay, so in fact they gave it to Chiba's number 12, Kanachika, I think. Floyd. Tomoko missing. No jumper. Three-point look. And Tobin with the foul. Knocking down his opponent. That's number 22. Comes in. Oh, no. Actually, no, it's on Chris Smith. Minutes for Chiba Jets record their latest victory in this season. Oh, nice drive, Mark Smith. They definitely got the potential. You know, don't put it beyond this Nagasaki Velka team to put up a better fight tomorrow. You would hope so. They're not gonna send Chiba crash into their second defeat of the season, though. That's for sure. Not today. Good. When you go back and you look earlier in the season, this Chiba Jets team. That loss. That loss that they had to the Robots. Hard to believe. The fact that Chiba Jets swept pretty convincingly with Sonamiya Brex, you would think that would be just a real a real statement to the season, winning that opening series, and then they followed that up with the trouncing of Ibaraki Robots. But then in the next day against Ibaraki, they got beat 81-73. So if you're looking for hope, if you're Nagasaki Velka, you say, well, Ibaraki Robots got drilled like we have today, and then came back and won the next game against Chiba. So why can't we do it? 3-point look. Floyd, whistle for the foul on Smith.
Double foul number 20, Floyd, first personal 15 foul. Substitution, number 99, Kawamata.
6.5 minutes remaining in this blowout. Chiba Jets, now one of the more impressive players of the day, checks into the game. For Nagasaki Velka, it's Kawamata, Koya Kawamata. Look at that. Even on the missed free throws, struggling to get the rebound. You have to be really mad if you're the coach. The Nagasaki Velka on that one. Oh, nice little down low. Tobin puts it up and in. More fuming over on the sidelines for the Velka as they trail by 30 points. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Timeout. Teammates open. Get Tobin the ball. All he has to do is turn, lay it up and in. Miss. Now Chiba looking to extend their lead. Good minutes here for some of the backups for Chiba to get some experience. Here's Smith. Obviously, he's not one of them. Excellent rebound. Got to be happy if you're Trevor Gleason if you see going out and getting the ball. Three no good. Now Smith and the Velka trying to make this scoreline look a little more respectable. Well, excellent drive from Kawamata. 6 points for him on the day. He might just be the most impressive player for this team, other than Yamaguchi. Nice spin, nice turn. Ooh, goes out. 4:59 remaining. One-way traffic, 73-45. Chiba Jets still in command. So Raya checking into the game for Nagasaki Velka. Got to make the most of these opportunities. Hirohide Raya. I quite like him as a player. Number 11 in the right corner. Goes baseline. Smith puts it up and in. There he is, getting hands on the basketball. He's going to bring it up the floor. 5 years of age, Raya. Here's Smith getting blocked. Raya spent the previous 2 seasons with Utsunomiya Brex. Karamata for 3. That's good. Well, it's all about making that scoreline just look a little bit better. I mean, you want to shave into it. You want to, in terms of building anything for tomorrow, obviously you pretty much got guys that are coming off the bench. Here's Smith. Look at him go to the basket. You can count that. That's just great. Great drive by Chris Smith. Yashi with the foul. No shame in that one. I mean, it's difficult to stop Chris Smith at the best of times. So Karamata, will it be 2 threes in a row? No, it will not. Karamata, 36 years of age, still playing the highest level in Japan. Really looked after his body. Had a long career with Mikawa, Shiga. Now with Nagasaki in his 2nd season with them. Here's the Raya. Nice play. Good decision. Open in the corner. The shot making just hasn't been there today for Velka. I mean, that's one area obviously where they can improve. But it's the overall fluidity, in my opinion, on offense. They're still working, trying to get some good rhythm on offense. There's no doubt about it. That man right there, for me, Kawamata, is a player that can help. Here he is handing the basketball off. I would like to see the coach give him some more minutes. Oh, he may have gotten away with a foul there. Kawamata denied. It leads to a break. Ogawa, a beautiful bounce pass to Tobin, who gives it back. Ogawa taking the shot clock down. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 3 on the shot clock. The 3-point shot. Not there. That was kind of Chica trying to get his first bucket. Here's Karimata. Shares the basketball. Beautiful bounce pass to Karimata. Gets away from Kawamata. Now Smith's on the break, and he will go to the line.
28-point lead. Smith at the line. Effectively padding his stats. Not that that's what he's trying to do, but he is. Here in this moment of the game, coach giving him some run. Trevor Gleason, he's going to need him. He's going to need him to be really good in the difficult moments of games as well, which he will be. I think he's potentially one of the top players in this competition. Oh boy, the drive. Ball for him right into the hands of Agawa, who gives it to Smith. Another 2 for Smith, who at this rate is going to lead the team in scoring. 11 points. Hogs 18 and Mooney's 18, leading all scores. Oh, nice turn. Nice low post move, and then look at that. Oh, Kawamata had it. Kawamata's got to be able to finish a couple of those. Smith has it knocked out of his hands. Again, these two teams will get it on tomorrow. Chiba Jets going to have their 7th victory of the season, and this will be the 3rd defeat for Nagasaki. And in the grand scheme of things, not the end of the world for Nagasaki. It's just a little message. It's been delivered loud and clear. They're going to have to play much better if they want to compete with the likes of the elite in this competition, which the Chiba Jets certainly are. Araya for 3. Oh boy, that was a good looking shot. Stayed out though. So final seconds ticking off the clock, and Karamata's not even going to try. So disappointment for Nagasaki Velka. They had high hopes, but it looked at the very beginning of this game that Chiba was going to be just a lot better, and they were. They cruised 82-50 over Nagasaki Velka. Look at that. Second half blowout, outscoring Nagasaki 48-22. So Nagasaki losing ground today on Shamani, who are at the top of the West, but I don't think they need to be worrying about that as much as they need to be worrying about getting better. And you can have a bad game. There's not a problem with that. You don't like to have a bad game at home like this, and you need to make sure that you get better, that you learn from this. AJ Edu, he's young, he's going to make mistakes, but he's got to learn. You know, don't commit those early fouls when you don't need to. But this, you know, you need to make that defense work a little bit as well if you're the home team today. You got to move the ball. You can't stand around. You got to make Chiba work. Got to do a little bit better on the boards. Again, got to come up with a plan to stop Hog. They killed them with their penetration today, Chiba. I mean, just time and time again. I mean, in some ways, if you're going to pick your poison, make him beat you from outside. But Hog just dominated him. I mean, he could have scored 30-plus points today easily if he had played more minutes. as it was. DJ Hogg came out today and played 26 minutes. Mooney played almost 25. I thought Shutahara was excellent, 6 of 7 from the floor. He basically let the game come to him. Tashiro was excellent. And Tagashi was either great or not good at all. He finished with 6 points, just 2 of 9 from the floor. He had 7 assists, 3 turnovers. Had a couple of shots blocked. He didn't go to Nishimura today off the bench. So Ogawa looks like the backup point guard for this team right now. But if I'm Coach Mauer, I'm thinking, maybe shake up the lineup a little bit. Maybe bring in Araya a little bit earlier. Bring in somebody that's got some offense. Got to get some movement. Let's go down to the bench and
はい、
listen to
試合
Trevor
お疲れ
Gleason.
様でした。今日試合、無事勝つことができましたけども、勝因は何でしょうか。
Congratulations for the win. What do you think the reason was for the win today?
Yeah, I thought we played some outstanding defense. It really started off 10-zip run, really helped us. I think our defense was really committed. We were supporting each other. We rebounded well, and that kind of got our running game going. So, yeah, it was really locked in defensively.
はい、やはり終始ディフェンスが良かったかなと思います。やはり序盤ですね、10-0ランができて、それがやっぱり勢いを与えて、さらにいいディフェンスで終始相手を止めることができたので、流れを持っていけたかなと思いました。
はい、ショットブロックだったりとかゴールした相手にイージーレイアップをやっぱりさせなかったところがあったと思うんですけども、そういう指示とかはやっぱ出されてたんでしょうか。
Yeah, we always want to don't give easy points to the opposition. I think we probably turned the ball over too much around the half-court area and gave them some layups. But, you're coming into this great arena and the fans are loud and you want to don't give them easy points and then the crowd gets involved. So I was really pleased with our defensive intensity.
はい、やはり簡単な点を与えないということは指示しておりましたが、ちょっとターンオーバーが多くて相手にレイアップを与えることによってやっぱり自信が当たったりファンがいることによってやっぱ流れも持っていかれるところもあったんですけども、終始やっぱりディフェンスのところで強度をしっかり保つことができて本当に良かったと思います。
はい、明日へ向けて、視聴者の皆さんに、一言お願いします。
I will pass some comments for tomorrow's game to the viewers. Comments to the fans, to the viewers.
Yeah, it's going to be another tough one. It won't be like that. They're going to come out really strong. Got a lot of respect for their team and for their coaching staff, and it's going to be a lot closer tomorrow.
はい、やっぱり明日も、タフな試合になると思います。やっぱり長崎という素晴らしいチームになると思いますので、明日もぜひ応援よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。
Thank you.
So even Trevor Gleason expects Nagasaki Velka to come out stronger tomorrow when these two teams meet again. And you have to have a very short memory if you're on the losing side, like Nagasaki. I don't know what they do in terms of going back and looking at game tape. But you also have to have a short memory if you're the winning team. Here's the man
は
that
い、
killed them
試合お
hard.
疲れ様でした。今日ね出だしからホグ選手がねかなり勢いづけてる印象があったんですけども、その辺どうですかね。
Congratulations for the games. From the start of the game, you were really aggressive. How was that overall?
It was good. Glad we got the win. Yeah, I played all right. I got to make some more threes, but other than that, it felt great to win.
はい、やはり終始よくって勝ちも最後に勝ち取れて本当に良かったです。もう少しスリーを決めたいなとは思ったんですけども、最後勝つことできて良かったです。
はい、途中ねホグ選手がねボールも運んできてコース2コースのような形だったりとか、
It's like a coast to coast.
ポイントガードのようなね働きもねしてる時間帯もあったと思うんですけども、心がけていることとかはありますか。
Something that you try to keep in mind when you play in the court.
Just take what the defense gives me. Play free, play within the system, but be aggressive. Shots not falling, gotta get to the rim, get to the free throw line, stuff like that. Yeah.
はい、やはり相手のディフェンスだったりシステムの中でしっかりアグレッシブに自分の役割を果たしたいなと思い、シュートが入らない場合はアタックしてフリースローまで持ち込めたらいいなというふうに思ってプレーしています。
明日へ向けて一言コメントお願いします。
Have a comment for tomorrow's game.
Hopefully we get the win again. come out here, come ready to go, get some rest, go to the hotel, eat some dinner, be ready to go.
はい、しっかり今日休んでたくさん食べて明日の試合に向けて準備していきたいと思います。応援よろしくお願いします。
はい、お疲れ様でした。
ありがとうございました。
Well, there you have it, folks. 82 to 50, Chiba Jets winning it over Nagasaki Velka, and this trip here to Nagasaki certainly could not have gone any better today for Chiba Jets. That's for sure. They got up on top early, and as Trevor Gleason said, you know, it was their defense that really kind of established things. Which the defense did play well, but you also look back at Nagasaki and their execution could be a lot better. The finishing could be better, but more than that, it just felt like there wasn't any flow to that offense. And I don't know if that maybe it's early in the season and still getting used to plays that you're running, but you know, the offense for Chiba was crisp. They were passing it around, getting some good looks. You know, the first one goes in, everybody's confident. What surprised me about Chiba was some of the turnovers that they had, especially by Tagashi. I mean, they were just, you know, against a team that's in form, that could hurt them. Tagashi did play better as the game wore on, but overall it was Chiba's ability to get the ball. Even though we see the Ogawa at 3 here, the ability to just get the ball to Hogg and let him drive to the basket. He was pretty much unstoppable whenever that happened. This was a Mooney turnover, which, you know, it was the turnovers like that that were just giving Nagasaki Velka just a chance to stay in the game in the first half. And if you want to draw on some positives, Udai Baba was able to hit some three-pointers today. That was good. You know, it felt like he didn't play too badly. Yamaguchi, I thought, brought some good effort. You know, Smith is one of the star players, but he had a rough game. Brantley was being aggressive, but wasn't having much success, getting many calls to go his way. And Chiba Jets, meanwhile, just punished him. There's Hogg as well. He's talking about his three-point shooting needs to get better. I think he's probably being, you know, some self-deprecation there that's not really needed. Not when he plays as well as he did. Look at this. Here he is catching it, open floor, just effortless. I mean, he's just making it look so easy. And then Mooney is already difficult to stop inside. When he steps outside and scores, then it just makes life miserable. Brantley definitely wants to win. You can see the intensity, but it can't be 1-on-5. They've got to figure out a way to get everybody involved. Here's a guy that brought some good minutes today. I liked him. Kalamata really worked hard. Nice player coming off the bench. And Karimata, the veteran, the 36-year-old, stroking the three-pointer. There's a guy on the open floor, passing it back to Smith. And I guess it remains to be seen. I'm not sure that Chiba have the deepest team in this competition. That could end up hurting them down the road. I mean, they've got a few guys coming off the bench that are really good contributors, so they need to avoid injuries. Obviously, Yuta Watanabe not available because of the sprained ankle that he picked up at the beginning of the month, which has knocked him out for 6 weeks. So once he comes back, that'll change everything in terms of depth, bring even more quality to the lineup. So Nagasaki Velka will try to do it again tomorrow. Try to come back out with a different face. Maybe bring some more intensity from the off at the beginning of the game. I think that would not be in any doubt at all. They're going to come out ready tomorrow, and I think it'll be imperative for them to have a good start. You know, make a couple of baskets. Anytime you dig yourself into an early hole like they did today, it is awfully difficult to come back against a team like Chiba Jets, who scored the game's first 12 points. Shutahara's layup made it 12-0. That was 3.5 minutes into the game, and it was not until 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the game did Smith hit a three-pointer for the home team. So anytime you start on the back foot like that, you're just making life miserable for yourselves. There's the Chiba Jets mascot. Chiba Jets fans excited about their team. Look at that. Come all this way to see their team play, and they were rewarded with a great win today. Basketball has truly, the B-League, truly captured the imagination here in Japan. You see the fan with the Shutahara jersey on, getting a photo, and that's what it's all about, really. You gotta love it. So, as we get ready to wrap things up here, 82-50, the win for Chiba Jets over the Nagasaki Velka. Chiba Jets winning for the 7th time in 8 games to start the season. Their only loss was game number 4 of the season against Ibaraki Robots, which came as a surprise because they had blown them out the day before. And again, maybe that gives Nagasaki a little bit of hope going into tomorrow. Nagasaki dropping to 5-3. Okay, so here's some of the numbers, just confirming it. 3 more threes made by Chiba, 23 of 41, shooting 56.1% inside the arc compared to 43.6 for Nagasaki. Some of these stats are hard to evaluate because, you know, a lot of the fourth quarter, the last 12 minutes or so, the game long since decided. But even so, at the free throw line, just 1 free throw attempted all day for Nagasaki. 12 of 14 for Chiba Jets. Rebounding, domination. And again, tomorrow, there at the very bottom, game 2, October 27th, 5:05 local time tip-off, Nagasaki against Chiba Jets. A lot of other good action as well. Shimane, the team that Nagasaki are chasing in the west, they will be going up against the Happy Nets, Akita, the Northern Happy Nets. So one final time from the Happiness Arena, Chiba Jets winning it 82-50 over the Nagasaki Velka in today's B-League action. Thanks for watching, everybody.